Hey baby, are you the Holy Grail from Persona 5? Cause I just found me a tall drink of water. Are you Sin from Final Fantasy X? Cause you sure as shit don't go to church. Can you suck my cock? Please. We've all had that moment when you're playing a really good video game and then it says, oh no. You can't use skill to defeat the enemy. You have to hit a button and watch us do it for you, you stupid little fucking piss baby. What, you gonna cry for your mommy, huh? Just like all those times when you couldn't beat Sephiroth, huh? Is that what you wanted, Danny? Well, even if you have, I'm still gonna talk about it. These fights are the most inoffensive of the bunch. They would work completely fine as a tutorial level or to grind your stupid fucking bones into dust for the sake of a story beat, if anyone ever actually did that. Persona 4 gives you a battle like this just to give you another an hour in. So I guess they just don't trust your no-life neckbeard ass to understand that if you attack in a JRPG, you'll do damage! Most of the time. Hell, in Sword and Shield, they're not even trying to show you how to fight. They're just trying to show you how hard that they're going to hold your hand in the next 14 hours. It's like eating birthday cake. It's okay, but you know that there's a fat glob of chocolate ice cream right next to it, so why would you waste your time eating the thing that's objectively less good? But imagine if you were already losing the fight, and then the boss just laughs in your face and walks out on you like your dad did when you were 4. In Persona 5, you have to fight the Holy Grail, and he just non-stop heals until Morgana tells you that you should stop. Huh! That sounds familiar. It's high-key insulting when the game shows you the boss's glaring weakness hanging out of its stupid fucking brain that your party doesn't even try to exploit and then goes, oops, I guess we weren't supposed to do this yet. Don't worry, it gets worse. Because in Persona 5, at least they use it to tell you that you can't beat the boss right now. When in Bravely Default, they have a boss that just walks out on you mid-fight because somebody's pacemaker is acting up. Like, even if you're winning the battle, it ends after 5 turns no matter what. Which, yeah, it has a point, but it still feels like my time and items were wasted, which isn't fun. But considering how many times I've played Zero Escape, I probably don't play video games for fun anymore.
Do you hate me?
Of course not.
Then sleep with me.
This is a really minor thing that I'm sure nobody cares about. Imagine you just had a one-on-one fight with Leon in the middle of Traverse Town, pounding his ass into the ground like the god that you are, all for you to just like pass out of nowhere, and then he just goes, yeah, I won that fight. But sometimes, games will reward you if you win a fight that you were meant to lose on your own merit. Let's take a little glimpse into what happens when we defy God.
Can't believe I lost to this trash. It's no wonder I lost my family, my home, everything. I'm pathetic.
Oh, there's nothing different? The same thing just happens? Fuck yeah! Eat shit, you pretty boy, bitch! So yeah, I'd say it was worth it. Do you like friendship? Who am I kidding? You don't have any friends. There's a trope in video games where they make the boss like 100% unbeatable until you see a cutscene of somebody giving you a gift card to Chili's and being like, yeah, I thought you deserved it. And with the power of friendship that was imbued in that Chili's gift card, you're finally able to save the world. The first time they did that in Persona 5, I actually cried like a bitch, so I can't talk that much shit on it. But the second time they pulled it, boy did that shit fall flat. The first time they did it, everyone I'd ever talked to, every dog I ever pet, every teacher I ever fucked, everyone that I ever met was there to cheer us on, and that fucking tugged at my heartstrings. It took the core concept the game was built upon and then used it to make me vulnerable, and that was fucking great. In the Maruki fight, they redo that, without all the cool shit. Needless to say, it didn't hit the same. It had some cool parts though. I liked that fight. But I'm not watching Naruto. I can't wait 40 minutes into the fight for it to be good. But the fact that a game can make this trope work to their advantage sometimes has to mean that there's a right way to do it, right? A good rule of thumb is if having the scene unfold in a fight isn't more interesting than it would be otherwise, then you probably shouldn't do it. Undertale has an amazing final boss for the pacifist route that uses every bit of foreshadowing the game sprinkled on your stupid grease-covered brain in the past 20 hours against you to make you really sad. But the genocide route's final boss is even better, and it isn't even technically a fight. The game makes you fight a real final boss over and over and over, and then makes you think that you're gonna have to fight another one. But no! Instead, they do the same thing they did in the pacifist run, but better. They don't let you fight. They make you watch. But even if you do try to choose, they stick their entire arm up your metaphorical asshole just to show you how much of a puppet you've been. Because that's what the entire genocide route has been about. And that shit makes me want to come all over my keyboard because that's what boss fights should do. Reinstill their themes in a fun and interesting way. Now it's time for me to get on my knees and suck Square Enix's dick for a few minutes. Don't worry, it doesn't happen often. Chrono Trigger is the perfect example of a game that's fully in your control. This shit is your wet dream. Statistically, every person who's beaten this game has woken up with cum in their undies the next morning. It's like the Tooth Fairy. If the Tooth Fairy had amazing gameplay and gave you the one thing that anybody could ever want, an orgasm. I mean, freedom. Oh, you didn't let Magus join your team? Shit, man. I guess that fight's not gonna hit the same with all that unresolved trauma weighing on your shoulders. But there is one scripted fight. One time control is taken away. When you fight Lavos in Antiquity. That motherfucker immediately downs all of you and rips your goddamn soul out. If that fight didn't happen, the story couldn't exist in the way it was shown. And after that, you get so many choices given to you just based on the fact that you are dead. When you have such a solid reason to have the fight, it's kind of hard to say that it was pointless. But what if we just didn't do it? We could just make a fight that is scripted, but doesn't feel scripted.
And I don't feel bad about it!
I don't know how many of you guys play D&D, but it's safe to say that the ones of you that do still live with your mom, are unemployed, have seen the Adventure Zone. And if you have, you already know the god tier shit I'm gonna drop on you. The end of this campaign is better than any fight that I've talked about today, and it is entirely scripted. But that is what's beautiful about it. It does every good thing that I pointed out here and more. But most of all, it has real, tangible stakes. You see, in D&D, characters can die. And they die a lot, but they don't come back. In the entire campaign, any one of them could just lose a character. But during that final fight, it is ever present. Everyone ever involved in the series has come together to end this forever. And what I said still stands. They can die. They can still lose. In fact, before the final fight, it's very likely that they'd have lost. They're given every chance to quit, and the three of them still went in, knowing full well that the last 3 years of their life, the 3 years they spent forming this campaign, might have been for nothing, and they might let down all of their fans who are listening. So how do you do this in a video game? The short answer is, you probably won't be able to. We have so many examples of games that tried to do this and fell flat on their fucking face. So what makes you so special? What makes you the guy who's gonna be able to do it right? Like I said, you're probably not that guy. And that's fine. You don't have to be. You can't make something that pleases everybody. And I'm not saying you should, because that's fucking impossible. So literally all I ask of you is that if you make a scripted fight in your video game, let it serve something. Anything. I don't really give a shit. But above all, make it fun. Thank you for watching my video.